boys. Jokers of Luck Gaming is proud to present some Blue Jays baseball right here on MLB The Show. It is the ALCS game number 2 between the Houston Astros and the Toronto Blue Jays. Best team in the West versus the best team in the East. Blue Jays lead this series 1-0. This game is for game 2 will of course be played at the Rogers Center before we head off to Houston. It is clear skies with the roof closed. Today we're gonna see a first. In a way, we're gonna see the picture of the former Houston Astros, Justin Verlander, take on the Houston Astros for the first time since leaving Houston. This will be an epic, interesting match for him. Here is the lineup for today's game, as you see on the screen. Now, the overall stats of today's pitchers between Verlander and Valerius. Team ranking. Here's the brackets. Atlanta and Phillies tied at 1. Toronto leads 1-0. Let's take you to John and Chris now for game number 2 of the ALCS.
Welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. We've got the American League Championship Series on the show. It's the Houston Astros and the Toronto Blue Jays. Along with my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shunt. And a lot riding on this one as these teams meet for game 2, Chris.
And the series started out like you might expect. Home side taking care of business in game 1. But this game today is going to reveal a lot about what this series will become. Will it be a battle for 6 or 7 games, or will it be a walkover? Those are the questions that we start getting more clarity on after game 2.
I have a feeling it's going to be a good one, Chris. This should be fun. First pitch coming your way next. Just about set, and today's starter, Justin Verlander.
Well, that 12-6 curveball explodes out of the hand, and because he's able to throw the high fastball at the top of the strike zone for a strike, hitters commit to that pitch. Before they know it, they're swinging over the top of that curveball.
Okay, all set to go. And now the shortstop, Jeremy Pena.
Here we go, our very first pitch of game number 2. Verlander might be showing a little bit of nervous against his former team for the first time.
That's to third. Ramirez gets to first.
That might take a little bit of the butterflies out.
The Astros lineup. All right, Siggy, how about all the talent in this lineup?
They're deep, first and foremost, but the way that they can manipulate their personnel for matchups and everything else, it's very intelligent the way that they use their team. I think it creates a little bit of uncertainty for opposing teams, especially in a big game, big series.
And now it's going to be Jake Myers.
Might have been a smart play there by letting it go.
1 out, bases empty. That breaking ball is in for a strike, and quickly it is 0-2.
As you know, Will Myers is on the visits of Toronto.
Just misses the mark outside the zone. It's a good take. 1 down, bases empty. Swings and misses.
Got him the chase.
Well, you rarely ever see 3 curveballs in a row because that's one of those pitches that's most effective when you haven't seen it recently. pitches, you might see 3 sliders in a row. But right there, he was feeling that curveball and figured he could finish with that pitch.
Yordan Alvarez in the box with 2 gone. And takes a look at a called strike. And there's a foul ball. 2 outs, base is empty. And the right-hander deals. That misses the zone. Going to count 1-2. And the Astros put down in. Astros are down quietly. Now the Blue Jays will get their chance. No score. This is the American League Championship Series on the show.
Verlander does well his first outing.
Back here with my pal Siggy. And on the mound today, Framber Valdez.
He really relies on working down in the zone with that heavy sinker he's got. You know, it's not as popular to throw that pitch today as it used to be because guys are looking to hit balls down in the zone, get them up in the air. It's very important for him when facing same-side hitters to be able to get it in, especially early in the count. And to opposite guys, be able to throw it at that front hip and run it over the inside corner.
George Springer in the box now. No balls and a strike.
This is, of course, a big-time difference between the team he played on back in 17.
In the air, right field. Sizes this one up. Makes the catch for the out. And there's one down. Let's take a
And the
look at
former
lineup for
World
Blue
Series
Jays.
MVP
This is
flies
a
out.
veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Siggy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These guys have been around with the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did,
Hello.
but they've got the wisdom
Thanks
to be
for
able
the
to
follow.
understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent, and sometimes in front of the opponent.
What's
And you always seem to
up?
see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand.
And a pitch. Hit hard on the ground is short. Throws to first in time. 2 outs, base is empty. The batter will be the shortstop, Bichette. Smoked on the ground a second. Now Altuve slings to first. And Bichette is retired. Out number 3. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays. We played an inning. No score.
So quiet start between the first 2 clubs here. See what the second brings.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Now it's the right fielder, Kyle Tucker. Here comes a pitch. The pressure is high for the players in the postseason, but maybe even higher for the managers. Every decision you make is critical to the success of the team and to your own reputation. Marshall hauls it in for the out. 1 up, 1 down.
Well, for better or worse, managers are remembered for what they do in the postseason. Pull the right strings, they might build a statue of you someday. One bad decision, and you might be updating your resume. You gotta be sharp.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. He goes down looking. Off to a strong start, Siggy, as he's punched out 3 of the first 5 he's faced.
Well, he's definitely minimizing contact. He can get the swing and miss when he needs it, but he'll also keep the defense fresh behind him, allowing some balls in play as well.
Alex Bregman stands in now and watches strike 1. Down the middle for a strike. And the count is 0-2.
This lineup's going to have to find a way to make him work a little harder out there on the mound. I mean, he is just...
And he gets Bregman. And it's a 3 up, 3 down inning. Astros go down 1-2-3. to the bottom of the second. No score.
He struck in 4 of 6 batters he's faced.
Bottom of the second. Here's Bryce Harper.
If anybody could change this game, it is this man.
He's a former home run derby champ.
He has the power, and he loves facing the lefties.
That one missed.
Looks like he was trying to get to the front door with that curveball. It's definitely a finesse pitch.
Not often does a left-hander
Stayed inside.
face well against left-handed pitching.
Right side, hard hit.
Fails to do so there, though.
Harper retired. With Merrifield up to the plate. Swings here and last one left field. Alvarez going back on it. And it's off the wall. Throws to second. Not going to get him. He's in there.
And the speed with Manfield on base.
Challenged him with the fastball right in the heart of the zone. He was clearly ready to jump all over. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball.
Now it's the second baseman. And ball one. Now a screamer into the outfield. And a base hit. Coming home. He'll score. The Blue Jays take the lead. It's 1-0.
Comes through with the RBI. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle. Allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
That just dropped in front of the right fielder. David Snyder comes through with an RBI.
Here's Jose Ramirez. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. In the air, out towards left center. Alvarez calls it in, and there's 2 away. And now it's the Lamar Show. That hits the dirt. Ball 1. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. And a double puts runners at second and third with 2 out.
He was all over that. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way from the line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field. It doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Well, with that double, that puts 2 men in scoring position, but there is 2 out.
Here's Kiermaier now.
And it is a left-handed batter.
Right down the chute.
Kiermaier.
Popped up.
Well,
Payton under it. And makes the play, and that's out number 3. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 1-0. You're watching the American League Championship Series on the show.
you see the replay of David Snyder's RBI single that gets Whit Merrifield in to give the Jays that 1-run lead.
Stepping in for the Astros, Chas McCormick. Right-hander back to work. Liner, base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Next offer, he's in for a strike. That one the other way. Makes the grab, 1 down.
That's a big first out of the inning. He showed off his skills catching the line drive, but most importantly, he kept the runner out of scoring position. Things would look a little different if he didn't make that play.
Here's the former MVP, Jose Altuve. That's in there. 3-2-1.
Altuve always seems to be setting records or reaching milestones. In 2023, he became the fastest player to reach 2,000 career hits, 200 home runs, and 200 stolen bases in MLB history.
Keeping the man on first. Still Toronto up 1-0 with 2 outs now for Houston.
Turns over. Now, Jeremy Pena rounded out his first time up. Line drive, hauls it in the inning. So the Astros lead one. They're down 1-0.
Davis now easily gloves that. Pena is not too happy with the hit. And so far we go to the bottom of the third. Toronto up 1-0.
Bottom of the inning, stepping in, George Springer.
Back to the top of the order here with Springer.
Valdez, back to work. And that one lifted in the air, center field. McCormick has it sized up. Corrals it. 1 away.
Looked good off the bat, but unfortunately too much hang time.
Danny Jansen to hit here. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. That one hammered center field. McCormick going back on this one. Just missed it.
What a catch in center field there. Jansen acknowledges it.
2 outs, bases empty. Bo Bichette up to the dish. Rolled out to second in his first at bat. Popped up. And makes the grab. And that will end the inning. Nothing doing for the offense that time. We head to the 4th inning now in Game 2. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Astros nothing.
Astros still has a chance to get back in this.
Second game of the ALCS. Now here's the Astros designated hitter, Jake Myers. Swing and a ball popped up on his way over. Makes the catch. And there's 1 away.
Nia calls off Springer to get that.
Here's Jordan Alvarez. His first at bat was a strikeout. In there, and it's 0-1.
Impressed that he went right after him on that first pitch. That's the key. Try to get ahead in the count, and you can play around a little bit more as the bat expands.
And that one fouled off. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Way out in front of that inside pitch there. Just exactly the opposite kind of approach that you want with 2 strikes. You want to let the ball travel. Make sure you recognize it. Try to shorten up so that you can at least put the ball in play. Clearly fooled, but I think even more so, you question the 2-strike approach.
Here's Kyle Tucker. He's 0 for 1. Get behind with that swing. It's strike 1. The Astros trailing by a run here in Game 2. That one pushed foul. Left-hand hitter waits. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Righty delivers. Bounced up the middle. Bichette. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing doing there for Houston. Still behind by a count of 1-0.
Dangerous man coming up. And we all know who that will be for the bottom of the 4th.
And we're back. John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Bryce Harper.
1-2 Joker also here. Dangerous Bryce Harper, as I said, is up.
The on the pitch. Now a fly ball right center. McCormick has it sized up. And out number 1 on the grab.
Hopper again is out. That's a huge out for Houston.
Doubled in his first AB. And that one is lifted in the air. And that'll fall for a base hit.
Wasting little time. It's 2 for 2 now on the night. And just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Ground ball in the middle, that's a base hit. Lead runner around second.
Well, Linfield takes a chance. And Snyder sneaks to second. And once again, men in scoring position.
And then loads up the bases. And the force play is now in order. So the bases are loaded here, 1 ball. Now the left fielder, Dalton Varsho. Golden opportunity right here. Pitch hitter coming on, Francisco Lindor. 1 out, the bases loaded, big spot. Lifted in the air, right center field. Tucker should have. Squeezes it, and all runners are tagging. The throw is up down, and he's in to score. It's 2 zip.
Well, he'll take the sac fly on the mound right there. Bases loaded. I mean, this is a high leverage situation. And if you can limit the other team, you're doing pretty good work. See if you can get this next out.
Here's Kevin Kiermaier. He's over the ball. Right side. On the run, sends it over to first. And throw is wide. He's off the bag. Run scores, and this inning continues.
Don't know what was going on there.
Back to the top of the lineup, and it'll be George Springer to step to the plate.
Well, Springer always grades well with his bat. He's been incredibly consistent at the plate in his career.
Well struck left field. One run is in, and it hits the fence. Headed for the plate. He'll score. 2 runs are in, and the lead is up to 5.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front, ripped it into the outfield for a base hit. Those always feel great.
And Toronto is starting to get away with this.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Framber Valdez won't go any further. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
When against Toronto, this is a huge deficit, down by 5 now.
Ronel Blanco gets the ball now.
Well, they didn't get much length out of their starter in this one, so they've got a lot of outs to eat up in that bullpen. I think they'll look for some length out of him right here if they can get it.
Man at second here with 2 away. Now it's Jansen to hit. And first offering is fouled off. 4 runs already in the frame here in Game 2 of the American League Championship Series. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Activity in the bullpen for Houston. J.P. France appears to be getting loose. On the ground, and it goes just foul.
Almost saw another run for Toronto there.
And that's a foul ball.
Jansen faces an 0-2 count. Man on second, 2 outs. Jays up 5-0. Here in the fourth.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Swung late there.
Runner at second, 2 down. We're here in the bottom of the 4th.
He's desperately trying to get out of this inning.
Gets
Jansen's giving us quite a foul tips here.
2 outs. Chase that time. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
There, Toronto takes balls.
And a swing and a miss. He battled for a long time, and it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. So it's 4 runs for him, 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left. We're headed to the 5th. It's the Blue Jays 5 and the Astros nothing.
So with Francis Lindor up, coming in, he'll take second, while Schneider will move from second to left.
Back now in Toronto, and here's the catcher, Yainer Diaz. Pitch. They've got a mobile lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list.
Well, these Astros, they're not going to be happy with the at-bats they've been having so far. Just one base runner to this point, and it's not exactly early anymore. They've got players in this lineup capable of sparking something, but it just hasn't happened for them yet.
Caught him looking for the K.
Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. He can do whatever he wants with the baseball.
Verlander with 6 strikeouts now.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
Fastball for a strike. The Jays leading by 5 for the top of the 5th. That one misses, and now it's even 1-1. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. That's back there. Back gone.
Houston finally on the board.
It's 5-1. That one just sounded different.
Man, might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth.
That one definitely was crushed, boys. Houston needs 4 more runs to make this game interesting.
That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
Base is empty, 1 away. Chas McCormick up next for the Astros. Through there for his strike.
Well, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Swing and a miss. 1-2 down. 1 down, base is empty. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Just blown away in that at-bat. 3 fastballs, all strikes. He wasn't even able to foul one off. There's not much you can take away from an at-bat like that as a hitter, other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. Got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
John Singleton does have power.
2 down, nobody on. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
They pitched away to him on every pitch.
Line to kick the pitch. Misses, and that is ball.
Verlander not happy with the call. Fans also not happy.
This to center field. Kiermaier drifts towards it. He's got it. And that is out number 3. Alex Bregman brings the power for Houston. It's now 5-1.
Toronto still has that commanding lead going into the bottom of the 5th, up by 4.
Back here at Rogers Center, we head to the bottom of the 5th. And now for the Jays, Bichette. Pitch. That one almost got him. Bichette, multi-time All-Star. A career batting average over 300. And he was a second-round pick. Back back in 2016. There's a strike. Jump throw across his body. And the leadoff man set down, and they're half the bid. Here's Harper.
First time Harper's facing a right-hander in this game.
In the air out towards right center. He's got it. There's two away.
But doesn't have enough.
So up next for Toronto, Whit Merrifield. On the ground to third. Fires over to first. That's the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Blue Jays. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Now it's going to be Jose Altuve. That one's in there. 1 long.
Well, they say it's the best pitch in baseball. Strike one. You get ahead on a good hitter as well. There's a little bit more confidence to move to the at-bat.
To third, Ramirez. And a quick out, number 1. Jeremy Pena, the next to hit. And a foul ball.
I'm impressed by the number of first pitch strikes. He's not afraid of contact. Some guys will nibble just because they don't want to get hit hard. That's not what we're seeing here.
Pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
Pena once again disappointed.
2 outs, bases empty. And now the DH, Jake Myers. And that one clips the corner. The Stros down by 4 for the top half of the 6th. And that one fouled off.
I want to start that load a little bit sooner because they could be low.
Stays alive.
Yeah, with 2 strikes here, you really want to miss outside the zone with that breaking ball.
High in the air, out to right. And George makes the grab. And that is that. So they go quietly there. 6, 7, 8, 2 in the bottom of the 6th. It's the Blue Jays 5 and the Astros 1. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the left fielder, number 36. And that one hammered. That's back there. It's out of here. He flexes his power with that swing, and they add on. It's 6-1.
He wasted no time in that at-bat, swinging at the first pitch, and he punished him.
And the Jays regained that 5-run lead with Snyder's first homer of the postseason.
That was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
And the batter now, Jose Ramirez.
Ramirez batting on the left side for the first time in this game.
Through there for a strike. The Astros have some action in their pen. Penn Murphy getting ready to go. Montero warming up as well. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the bottom of the 6th. And the pitch. Hit well, right field, way back, and gone. Jose Ramirez bops one out. It's 7-1.
Pitchers hate going against Jose Ramirez because he tends to punish the baseball. This is just the latest example of it.
With Snyder and Jose, that's back-to-back homers. Jose's third of the postseason. Lindor will now bat from the left side.
And first pitch misses for ball one. Francisco Lindor at the plate. The Mets shortstop, originally drafted by Cleveland. And a guy with some serious power and an excellent defender. And a pitch. Foul ball. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. The pitch. And another ball. Wouldn't chase that time.
Full count now.
And here's the 3-2. Now fly ball to right center. The corner calls it in, and there's one away. Here's the center fielder, Kevin Kiermaier. In the air to left center. Stretches out and hauls it in.
That's a really nice play, raging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Just reaches it to get it.
The batter is George Springer, 1 for 3. And first offering is fouled off. 2 outs. On the ground to third. Bregman to first. That takes care of Springer. Gets him easily, ends the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 7-1. And welcome back to the ballpark. New inning getting started. Now it's Yordan Alvarez. And the pitch. Inside corner for a strike. And it's 0-1.
Seems like the hitters are struggling with their timing today. Kind of caught in between that sharp fastball and the nasty slider. I'd like to see him settle on a consistent pitch.
Down on strikes. That's the first out in the top of the 7th.
Big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. They tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
And first offering is fouled off. Left-hand batter waits. Not even close there. And 1-1.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome. It seems like in the 3rd or 4th pitch.
Could be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. And he's in with a stand-up double.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off the stick.
Now at the plate, Yainer Diaz. Foul ball there. And at second. Goes down looking.
Well, tough night at the dish. Punching out for the 3rd time right there. He just hasn't looked very comfortable at the plate. A little unsure of his timing right now. Not picking up the spin and location of these pitches. He'll have some adjustments to make.
Right in the box with 2 gone. And takes a look at a called strike. In there for a strike. That is strike 2.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him.
Well, look at the fastball for strike 3 there to end the inning. 1-1 for Houston. They're down 7-1.
Verlander gets his 10th strikeout of this game.
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Rafael Montero.
Well, they need some this lineup is swinging it.
As he turns on the rubber, with that good live arm delivers. That one ripped. Back there. Oh! He's got it. He'll touch them all. And they add a run. It's 8-1. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot.
Also on autopilot, the Jays lead.
Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen. You know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side is a hitter. It's a great time to be aggressive and flies. Not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
And now, Bichette. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. And no one can get there. The throw in. And he'll pull it to second safely.
Put a really nice balanced swing on it. And when you can throw one into the gap like that, you're thinking extra bases from the first couple of steps out of the box. And he'll feel real good about that one.
Popped up. Altuve under it. And it's caught for the out. Whit Merrifield next up for the Blue Jays. So they're making a move for a bat off the bench. Joey Votto. He gets a chance with a runner in scoring position and one gone. Out towards right center field. McCormick trying to get there. He's got it. Runner tags at second. Cut off. Throw to third. Out in time. He's safe. So man aboard. Now the left fielder. He's already homered in this game. Puts it in the air out towards left center. McCormick sizing this one up. Makes the grab. And that's the third out. One scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. Still a lopsided affair at 8-1 now. Ready to begin the eighth. Now here is Chas McCormick. Verlander back to work. There's a strike.
This pitcher's done a good job of disrupting the hitter's timing with a mix of pitches and changing speeds. You want to keep that front foot inconsistent for the batter. Their swings are hesitant, and that's exactly what you want on the mound.
Springer there makes the catch. And here's the first baseman. Swing and a line drive and a base hit up the middle. So a man aboard now with one away.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
Jose Altuve up to hit here. Now a high fly ball out to left center. Sizes this one up. He's there. He's got it. 2 down. So the Houston lineup turns over. Here's the Astros leadoff man, Jeremy Pena. Fly ball to right. And that is Springer. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. So the Astros lead one. It's still an 8-1 ball game.
Verlander up to 75 pitches. Maybe we'll see him in the ninth.
Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the eighth. Ken Murphy.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Right-hander kicks, deals. And that one is lifted in the air. Tucker should have it. Makes the grab, one away. And now it's Frankie Lindor. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. Murphy, a 6'2" righty, 29 years old. They got him off of waivers earlier this season. Lifted in the air, right center field. McCormick on the run. Makes the grab after a long run. And there are 2 outs. 2 outs empty. And next for Toronto, Kevin Kiermaier. Looks like it will be a pinch hitter. Austin Wells looking for a 2-out start with the bases empty. Hit in the air, center field. And that's the inning. Now into the game, HOU. He'll be patrolling center field. So now here's the DH, Jake Myers. Verlander back to work. And that's in for a strike.
Tired or not, he's relentless with the way he pitches. He might be exhausted out there, but his stuff is still nasty.
Next offer in there for a strike. That's strike 2. It misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, he's been racking up the strikeouts, and what's so impressive, not walking anyone. I mean, this guy's just going right after hitters, filling up the strike zone, and it looks like hitters, they're trying to think with him, but they just are a pitch behind. Dominating stuff out there now.
Righty to the plate. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. Bases empty, 1 away. Here in the late stages of game 2.
Flew over a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his back down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Takes over on the mound.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in for the strikes, attacking these hitters.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Oh, that was perfect execution of that curveball. Down and in, he gets it out of the danger zone, and you really can't do it much better than that. It's in the zone the entire way, so you have to swing as a hitter, but then it just falls off the table and almost hits you in the back foot.
Next offering is down low. Two down, nobody on. Fall off foul. This could end it. Ripped on a line. And he's got it. Full game. And the Blue Jays get it done at home, taking games 1 and 2 of the series.
Clearly the bats came to play today, and the pitching and defense as well. We saw some outstanding plays, great performances all the way around. Just 1 run allowed. They never gave the other side a chance.
So Singy, as the numbers show, a great performance on the mound in this one.
Absolutely, and that really set the tone from the beginning. A fantastic effort.
And this one finishes with a final of 8-1. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Well, here are the stats for this game. For Houston, we had Arturo, fortunately did not get on base 1 time. John Singleton goes 1-3. Kyle Tucker goes 1-4 with a double. And Alex Berlin is 1-3 with the only run from Houston. Danny Jansen goes 1-4 with his second home run of the postseason. Whit Merrifield goes 2 for 3 with a double. And Jose Ramirez goes 1-3 with the third home run of the postseason. While David Snyder goes 3 for 4 with his first home run of the postseason. The player of the game is Justin Verlander, so Verlander will get his second win of the postseason. While Vargas gets his first loss. Houston is now in the hole. They're down 2-0, which means Houston has to win all 3 to advance. Now let's check the status of Justin Verlander. as he was pulled from the game, possibly due to an injury. Okay, so he has a sore shoulder and only be out for a few days, so that's good news for Toronto. As you can see, the next 3 games, of course, will be in Houston. Oh, right, this is a 7-game series, so now a 5-game series. So Houston is down 2 games to none. They can't afford to go down another game, so they're going to have to win on the 17th in Houston. The pitcher for that, let's look at the calendar. Philly now leads 2-1 over Atlanta. Why, the Jays have a 2-game lead over Houston. The next game, there is the pitchers. Thank you for watching Blue Jays baseball for the ALCS Game 2. Next video will be ALCS Game 3, where these will be your starting pitcher. Until next time, this is the One True Joker thanking you for watching Blue Jays baseball on MLB The Show from Jokers of Us Gaming. Until next time, we are signing out. See you next time on this show.